Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back. In this video we'll be doing a little bit of MC practice which is very useful for DSE, and these few practices are actually very form 4 related. Well, actually I don't have a calculator with me today because I left it somewhere. I forgot. I mean at school I know, but then I'm at home at the moment. So all the questions that I'll be doing right now will actually be without calculator. So only the questions that does not need calculator I'll be doing. I mean, of course, if I have calculators, everything will have been done so quickly, because MC, you have in DSC 45 MC and 75 minutes to do it. So that means everything is just 1 minute and 40 seconds around that. So you need to do very quick, especially for the few questions that I'm doing in this video. You should be able to finish it in like maximum 40 seconds, suggested 20 seconds. Okay, then how do we do this? Now, of course, I want you guys to click calculator first. 500 to the power of 3000, what do you get? No, you did not get this. This is too small, obviously, because this basically 500 times 500 times 500 times 500 times 500 times 500, 3000 times, okay? So you will see that after clicking calculator, you get math error. Then how do I do? Because I will be getting math error for all of them. Well, one of the method is taking log. Where is this log thingy in your calculator? It will be on the right side of the calculator, log. Try to find it. It should be on the second or third row. Also the column. So you find it and then you'll find the log. Okay, and then how do we click it? Actually, when we take log, I don't know if your school have taught log or not, some do. So for log, there's a special property that when there's a log, the power next to that log thingy can come down. So same goes for here. So when I take log for this one, I have a power here, right? The power can come down to the earth. So when the power comes down, it becomes 3000 log. Don't forget the log. Without log, you can't put the power down. 500. And then now this becomes such a small number. So you can click it. Directly click everything together. 3000 times log 500. So just do that. Or even if you just type all together 3000 log 500, you will still get the answer. You should be able to get it at 8096.9. Okay? Do the same for this option B. How? The power first, 2500 log 2000. Click calculator now. 2500 log 2000. You should be able to get this as your answer. And then also the option C. The first is power, and then your value, and then even for the last one, then you will be getting 8494.9. The last one, power first and then log, as this one is repeated so less, so of course the value will be less as well. Just use this way, it's fine. Of course, if you search on YouTube, there's other ways to do this. It's like maybe going two steps down, and then calculate them. That is also fine. It just takes more time. That's why I was not doing it. Oh, same for this one. You have, because when I click it, it becomes math error. So the power first, take log 1 2 3 4, and you should be able to get, I don't know because I did not click it and I don't have calculator. So you click it and then see which one is the greatest among them all. Okay, yeah, the questions are made by me. When you see that they are all like so same looking. No, not exactly by me, Gehe. I just got the reference from somewhere. Some of them are actually from a CE paper, like long, long ago, or even DSE. DSE loves doing this thing, like use the same three letters and they play, 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 play. Like, why not, right? So play. Oh, number 3, read the question. You need to have the least. So power first, log, you get the value, power first, log, you get the value, power first, log, and then after finding everything, you see which one is the least. The last one as well. The last one I just forgot to change the powers. I was going to do it, but then you know how lazy I am sometimes. Okay? So you find all the answers and then compare. Just click directly 241 log 235 in calculator. You should get some ugly answers and then see which one is the least. Okay, that's how you do this one. At least get this mark correct. Don't get this wrong. Okay, next, the complex numbers. Letter I refers to the imaginary parts and the real parts. So you can do that as well. Now, of course, if you follow the book method, they will tell you how to disappear the denominator first and then how to do simplification and everything. But I don't like using brain much because my brain is very precious. I need it. So how do? I use calculators, but right now I don't even have that. That's so sad. But because I did this in class with some students, so I just had some part of it. I just wrote the real part. I did not even see if there was imaginary part for that. Anyways, because that's cut. Who cares? And then what was I doing? Yeah, how do we click this? Because it's imaginary part, so we go to the calculator, click mode 2, because after clicking mode you should be able to see the word complex. So go to the complex mode, which is usually mode 2 in calculators of Hong Kong EAA approved. Make sure your calculator have that on top. Without that you can't do exam, because I did collect some students lump sum before because they were using other countries' calculator. The functions were same inside, but then it just did not have the words HKDSE on top, so we could not let them use. That's sad. So after going to the mode complex, how do we click it? Now in complex mode, you can't put big powers. You can maybe put smaller ones, but sometimes it doesn't work with the bigger powers. Then because it's more than one term on top, term means there's a plus and minus in between, so we need to put a bracket first of all. So put a bracket when you click calculator. So open bracket and a 4. How do I put this I4? I4 basic means you have 4 of the i's. So just click calculator like this. 4 I E. Where's the I in calculator? You will see on the left side of the calculator, just above the number parts, E and G. And then on E and G there's a purple color I, right? So you can click that for I. Find the I first, of course, and then plus 5 I, and then 6. Just type how many you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then 7 I, and then over, because you also have two terms, so also put a bracket at the bottom. You don't need to show the bracket in steps when you're writing it. This won't be a long question. But when you click calculator, the calculators are dumb. They won't know that which part is which. They will assume you're doing just 8 I to the power of 8 with this if you don't put brackets. So they're dumb. And then you'll get the first answer. The first answer is real part. And then on the very top, after getting the answer, next on the screen, you will see that here there is some letters, something like R to I, something like that, real to imaginary. Okay, you might be seeing this letter. If you see this, you also need to click shift execute again, because that means there's also one more answer, not just real. This is the real part, but it will also be an imaginary part. If there is, click Shift Execute. For example, in question 2, of course, when you click, just put a bracket. This way you don't have to think, or else there's methods to do this in heart or other ways where you need a little bit of brain and some memorization, but I don't want to do that way now. So just click how many eyes there's. 1, 2, 3, like that. It will take time, of course. The numbers are so big, 14 and 15. Oh, the rest are fine. And then over bracket 3 plus I, click that. And then the first answer you get is 1 over 5. And this time you will be seeing on the screen that there is this R to the I. Then how do we click? Shift Execute. You should get another answer as negative 7 over 5. But do you also see a small I next to it? Because I don't have calculator right now, so you need to be using calculator understanding what I'm doing. So I refers to imaginary part. But the question only asks you for the real part, so just do the real things. Okay, same goes for next. Don't forget the bracket and then find the answers. The rest you guys do it. I can do next one because that does not require calculator much to find the HCF and LCM. For HCF, highest common factor, and then LCM, least common multiple,最大公因數, and this is 最細公倍數, multiples and factors. Do you know factorization? Yeah, the second question that we usually do. So you do the factorization of these for HCF, and then multiples, you need to maybe see the highest power to it. So for the factors, you need to see what's common between all of them. Let's start with the letter A. Do all of them have letter A? No, they don't. So you can't take letter A out. Then let's look at letter B. Do all of them have letter B? Yes. What's the least power that they all have? They all at least have power 2. So give power 2. Do they all have letter C? Yes. What's the least power that they have? They have all at least 2. Okay, so that's your HCF. And how about LCM? For LCM is the multiple, so you write all the highest powers. For A first, what's the highest power of A? Just single A. What's the highest power of B? B5. And what's the highest power of C? C6. So that's how you will do it. For HCF, use the smallest power. For LCM, use the highest power possible. So all three different situations. Use the highest power for LCM. Use the lowest power for HCF. Lowest power. Highest power. For unknowns, okay? If this is fine, let's do... Oh, the others all have numbers, because in exam you do have numbers. Next one. HCF and LCM. Do you know how to do the HCF and LCM of numbers? Well, don't overthink. Still, for 4 and 5, is there anything common? Can they be divided by any numbers? Nah, this can't be divided by 4, this can't be divided by 5, so nothing is common. So basically hidden 1, but then we don't write 1. So nothing common in between numbers, we don't need to do it. So just look at the unknowns. Do they all have A? Uh-oh, no A in the second one. Do they all have B's? Yes. How many B's at least? B2. Smallest power for HCF. Same for C2. How about for LCM of numbers? I can't just disappear them and don't write for both of them, obviously. So LCM for 4 and 5. That means write the multiples. And then see which number do they meet the first. Oh, they both meet at number 20 the first. That is called the least multiple. So you have 20 there. And then do they both have A's? How about B, highest power? 3. C, highest power? 3. Okay? Multiples. Multiples. Don't just do 4 times 5. I know it is, but then you can't just do 16 times 14 times 8. That will be wrong. And then because we don't really have time to do this all the time, there's another method called short division. Have you heard of it? 4 and 5. Anything common? Just run. So because there's nothing common, just write 1 and 4, 5. So here is your HCF, and then you draw the lateral. That will be your LCM. 1 times 4 times 5 is your LCM. Okay, for HCM you just need to find the common ones, but for LCM, after finding the first factor, you also need to check if there's anything else factors. Okay, let's do the next one, and then you might understand what I was doing in the short division, because that one did not have anything special, so nothing to do. So now on HCF and LCM. So what happens in HKDSE exams in the options, because these are MC questions, I just did not give the options. The options, they will have at least 2 of them if the unknowns correct, but the numbers are different. So you also need to know how to do the numbers, or else you just have 50-50 chance. Is there any number that they can all be divided by? 2. Anything else? Can they be divided by 3? Nah, these can't. Can they be divided by 4? Nah, this can't, this can't. Can they be divided by 5, 6, 7, 8? You can't get bigger than these numbers. So nope. So that means the highest number that they can be factorized with, they can be divided by, is 2. Alright, is there a common A? Nope. Is there any B's? Smallest B is 2, smallest C is 2. Because these questions I made in like few minutes, so that's why I don't usually check whether I was making any creative questions. I just do the same thing and then change a little bit of numbers. How about for LCM? How do I know what's the common multipliers? I can't possibly write 14 times table like until I don't know like how much should I even be writing and so on, right? That will be taking me so much time. So what do I do? You can do it, of course, this way is not problem, but it will, the LCM of these numbers is 100 something, so I will need so much space, so much time. So what do? I do short division, short division, short. 6, 14, 8. Yes, I know the HCF is 2, so I do that first. 3, 7, 4. Did I do something wrong? Nope, I did not. Anyways, so I took 2 out. I had 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 7 is 14, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So nothing else is common between them, so I can end here. So this is my HCF 2. As for the LCM, it will be like this. So it's 2 times 3 times 7 times 4, which is 168. You can click calculator, I just knew it. B to the power of 3, C to the power of 3. For LCM unknowns, we write the highest power and write all the unknowns that you have. Okay, next. HCF, LCM, any number that they both can be divided by. Of course, no 2, this is odd number. 3, yes. They both have at least B2 and C2. How about for LCM? Let's do the short division. They both can be divided by 3, 3, 2, and 3, 3. So, HCF, I know is 3. LCM, we do this. Say 3 times 2, 6 times 3, 18. Yeah, that makes sense. Because in 6 times table, you have 18. 9 times table, you also have 18 first. So 18 is the least one. Even if you just wrote it You could have found it very easily because these are easier numbers. Just for the previous one, I had 14 and I did not want to do the times table of it. That takes time. Okay, even though I will have been like 14 times 12, I already know that it's 168, but that takes time. Why would I want to do that? Okay, continue. How about for the unknowns, the highest powers? For A first, the highest power is A. For B, 3, C, 3. Continue. HCF, LCM. Common first, they can all be divided by 2. They all have B2, C2 as common. And then LCM, let's do this way. I just find it easier, that's why. Or what you can do is between 8 and 12, anything common. You find that it should be 48, yeah. Or up to you if you want. 24 actually. So, my bad. 1, 4, 6. So, there is it done? For HCF, it's done, and because there's nothing common between all three together. But for LCM, it's not done actually. Because do you see between 4 and 6, there's something common? Yes, so you do one more. You don't need to change the first one, just the last one. So also do that. And then you can do it now. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 1, of course. So that's how you make your letter L. You get the answer as 24. If you find this method harder, the short division, just divide their multiples. 12, 24, 36, 48, 8, 16, 24, 32, 2, 4, 6, 7. For this one is too long. You need to go until 24 to meet that. So always find the biggest one first and then compare with the smaller one whether that satisfies with them or not. Okay, good, easy. So that's it for HCF and LCM. Let's move to the next practice. Now for the next practice, I know that in junior forms when we learn trigonometry, you know that you need to revise a lot of the properties of sine, cosine, and tangent. But, well, people like me who have very small brain don't really do for every single thing. So how do we do? Because this is only in MC in actual DSC. Like for schools, you will still have it in like long questions because they want you to do without calculators. But in DSC, we follow DSC curriculum, so follow that directly. How do we do? Replace the theta with 30 degrees and find the answer directly. Just click everything together. Or if you don't like, just do the save to method. Like save the answer to some ABCDs and then do it. So tangent 90 plus theta, you have automatic open bracket. If you do not, then you do on your own. And the close bracket, don't forget this part. This closing bracket is very important because many students forget that part. And then click sign, over. You can use division sign or over sign is also fine. Then you will get the answer as 1. But of course, sometimes you don't get very pretty answers. Even for this one, you are still getting good answers. And then on the bottom, because you see there's 2 terms, right? More than one thing, so you put a bracket. Okay? Double bracket in the end. And then you'll get this 4. Now, what is this AB and AC that I wrote? Well, because I don't want to get anything wrong. So, what I do, I click sine theta separately, theta as in 30, and then find the answer of that first and save it to A. How do I save? Do you see the letter STO in brown color on the box called RCL, recall to? Yeah, so I do that. That is in brown, right? So I do shift, save to, you choose any of the letters A, B, C, D, X, Y, M. So I choose A. So that means next time whenever I click A is in red color, so you use alpha A. Whenever I click A, I will be finding the answer of sine theta, 0.5, because I'm using 30 degree. Same for the bottom one. Click the whole thing, save it to B. Even here, they're not same, okay? The one has plus and one has minus. So click is save to C. And then in the end, I just click A over B, A over C, get the answer as 4. But I don't have the answer for here, right? So you click everything one by one. The first one, sine theta 0.5, it doesn't match. This one, 2 times 0.5, 1, it also doesn't match. And the 1 over 0.5, which is 2, this also doesn't match. But this one, 2 over 0.5, it's 4. Click all the options and see which one matches the answer. Okay, like this one, you will have, you can click again, change the theta to 30 degree, and then in the end you should be able to get it as negative 0.5, and you replace the theta with 30 degrees. Don't need to click degree in calculator, just 30 is fine. And then click all the options, see what you get. Same for this one, I forgot the answer actually. So 1 over this minus 1 over that, and then see what you get. Okay, good. Next. Until now you shall have 4 marks. By the way, did you know that in actual DSE or even most of the school exams, the options are equally distributed? For example, in Form 4, we have 40 options, so each of them have 10. And then after doing the paper, don't just randomly fill in the choices while doing it if you don't know how to do it. So after everything is done, you need to see which option you had the least. For example, I had 2, 3, 3, 2. I just know how to do this much of question, or maybe 3 here. Okay, 4 here. Maybe I just know how to do these 12 questions out of those 40. That is normal because exam is hard. Then can I pass with just 12? No, passing marks, if your full marks is 40, you need 16. I still need to get 4 more. How do I get it? Then check which option is the least. Oh, this option is the least. Then I do all the rest questions that I don't know, that I haven't filled in the boxes yet, all as the option A. That means if I do all the others as option A, the one that were left empty, I can get 8 more correct if I do all of them as A that I left empty. But if I do randomly all of them, I might not even get 8 more. So if this is the case, you originally had 12 and you have 8 more now. So you're getting 20 in total. This is better, right? So try to understand what I'm saying, because not everyone can understand this concept. It's hard to understand. Even for DSE, even if it's 11, 11, 11 and 12, you can also do the same method. Whichever option is the least, do all of them as the same and then you'll get more marks than you expected. Okay, good. Next, again you'll see the letter I, so we go to mode 2, complex mode, and then click it. I know how to click I now, it's on the ENG box, so I can click that, I. But how do I click this beta G? How do I click U? Well, this is unknown, so you can replace any number with this. For example, I want beta to be 0.5. So when you click calculator, you do I bracket 0.5 I minus 3, and you should be able to get your answer as 0.5 plus 3I. This is your answer, and then you need to match with the options. Okay, the first option is beta is 0.5. Hey, it's already there, 0.5 plus 3I, so matches. Easy, good. How about the second 0.5 minus 3? I said this is wrong. And this one is negative 0.5, negative 0.5, so also wrong. Okay, this one is easier. And then if I have two unknowns, then let's say this is 0.2, this is 0.5. And then click the whole thing, bracket first, do the whole thing. You should be getting it as 0.9 plus 0.1 I. No 0.1 in the end, right? 0.7. Is it? I forgot because I don't have calculator with me, so I'm not really sure what's the answer. Okay, so you guys can do it and see what do you get. No matter what's the answer, so what you can do is actually just match with the options after finding it. So for example, the first option, you have 1 plus 0.1 times 0.2. So how do you click that? How do you click that? So 0.2 times 0.5, just that. And then next one, 2 plus bracket 0.2 plus 0.5 I. And then continue clicking until you get the same answers. So we see that from 1 minus AB, it's actually already 0.9. So I will know that it's either C or either D. And then at the back, because I found it as 0.7, so it's not this and this. 0.2 plus 0.5, which is 0.7. So my final answer is D. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah. You just need to be like doing it and then checking what we are doing. Okay, next one actually did not need calculator, so it's good that it's here. So yeah. How do we do next one? Well, it's not that hard. It is hard, of course. All the questions in MC, because you don't really need to understand the concept, but more like practice and a little bit of brain and then a little bit of tricks. Because we don't have time, so we do tricks. It's coordinate, so draw the coordinate graph. X, Y. So originally, I see these kinds of numbers. So I'm writing these kinds of numbers. This. I haven't read the questions. I just wrote whatever is in the question. So I have this point first. X is negative 5. Y is 3. Where is that point? Somewhere here. That point is somewhere here. And then what happens to that point? That is reflected. Where do you see your reflection? We see reflections in the mirror with respect to the straight line. So there's a straight line on x equals to negative 3. So let's draw that straight line. Okay, so this is my mirror now. What's so special about mirrors that if you're here and the mirror is here, where will your image be? You won't suddenly go there because you can't see yourself there, but instead it will be after the mirrors. That's how you basically do Form 3 science. There was convex and concave lenses. When you learn about short sights and long sights, you do the image thing a lot. So same here. But will you suddenly be if you're here and then you go there? That's too far away from the mirror. So how do we know where exactly are we? We see what's the distance first. The distance here is, you're at negative 5, right? Your mirror is negative 3. How many distances? How many points? 2. If your distance here is 2, what's the distance that I should be having on the other side? Also 2. So if your mirror is at negative 3 and then you need 2 steps, so where will you go to? You will be going to negative 1. So your new point is -1 and 3. Okay, your height won't change because you're just reflection. So your final answer is -1 and 3. You will have few options, just choose it. Good. Let's do next few and then maybe you will understand what I'm trying to say, because sometimes I might not be very good at explanation. Yeah, I'm just too lazy right now. That's why I'm doing this. Oh, next one. I see numbers like -7, -2, 8, -8, -4, 1. Okay, these numbers. So there's this point, -7 and 8. X is -7, Y is 8. So I will draw it somewhere here. Let's say point -7 and 8. What happened to it? It's again reflection. There's a mirror at the straight line. X equals to -2. So X equals to -2. Where are you? Somewhere here. Now, because they won't exactly help me draw everything on the point. I should use AI more actually. Ugly straight line, but who cares? So you are here and then your mirror is here. What's the distance between you and the mirror so that I can know the distance between the other side? You are at -7, you go to -2, 7 and 2. How many steps in between? 5 steps. If you have 5 steps here, how many steps do you need at the back? Also 5 steps. So where will be this new point? From -2 you have -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So you will be at 3 and 8. So that's your new point. So your new point is 3 and 8. Easy? Good. Then try to do next one on your own. -8 and -4 is somewhere here. And then there is a mirror at 1. So far, got a mirror. Okay. So you are here, the mirror is here. What's the distance between you and the mirror first? You have 8 steps here, 1 steps here. So in total you have 9 steps. So how many steps do I need at the back? I also need to have 9 steps. So you started at 1. You need 9 more steps. Where will you go to? 10. So that's where your new point is. 10. -4. Height is not changing. So no change to dy. Remember, no change to dy if your reflection is at dx only. Easy? Try to do the same question a few times and then you'll get it. Next, compound interest, junior form thingy. So you just need to remember the formula. If you don't remember, then remember it right now. This is the formula. Replace P. P means the deposited amount or the money that you borrowed. R is the rate interest per year. Make sure the word is annum or yearly here. N means how many times it was compounded each year. If they say monthly, so your N will be 12. If they say annually, oh, the spelling here is wrong. If they say annually, your N will be 1. If they say half yearly, your N is 2. If they say quarterly, you have 4 quarters. Again, monthly, it's 12. And then you also have N again, and then T. T refers to how many years, minus P for the interest. So for example, this one, we have P as 5,000 first, bracket, 1 plus the rate over monthly, and then just do 12 times 3. When you do the power, they automatically give you the open bracket. So if you want to click calculator directly, don't forget the close bracket there and the minus 5,000. You can click everything in one go and you'll get it as 807 point something something something. But you need to correct to the nearest dollar. That means no decimals. So just 807. So let me write the second one. Oh, I changed the values because the worksheet that was saved before. All of them somehow I forgot to change the numbers and things, so they were all saved. So how do I do this? Deposit amount, 1 plus rate, compare how many times yearly, so just 1 times 3 years minus 5,000. So it will be 1,000 something. I don't have calculator to calculate now. Next as well, 10,000. 1 plus 2.5%. That's so expensive. Month, half yearly, so 2 half years, first half and the second half. 2 times 2 minus 10k. Continue. You don't need to show steps, obviously it's MC, but you better write steps so that when in the end you check 4 times 5 years. When you're checking the paper, you know exactly what you did wrong or what you did correct. Monthly, you'll get your answer. Okay, good, easy. So in this video, I'll end here first because I'm a little tired and I need a break. We still have like 5 more, and that wouldn't take too much time. I mean, it will take time, but then we'll do it later. Especially practice 11. I need you guys to do that a lot. 11, that's why I had 2 pages of it. It's 100% in every year, like either long question or MC. Even long question, if they have it, it will be 3 marks. That's a lot. So until next time, see you, tata, bye bye. I'll start with practice 9 in next video. Practice 8, so. Okay? See you. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz!